no, we're old school. Like my friend Connor comes over and we play NCAA together in the same room. We don't play online together. I've never played online with my friends. Like any sort
not
of
even like
gaming.
Call of Duty when you were like in high school.
Not once.
What did you do in high school? Did you have a system?
I had an Xbox 360
Me
and
too.
I just played UFC 2 a lot. My best fighter was named Jesus Christ. He retired 50-0.
God.
It was pretty blasphemous, but I just made a fighter look like the biblical a jacked Jesus.
I mean, if anyone is going to be undefeated in life, it's probably him.
Yeah, and I can't remember what the specialty was, but a lot of funky boxing type stuff, like spinning back fists and like
it's
weird scissor kicks and whatnot. That was his thing.
It's the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder situation where like you get knocked out cold and then you just like rise from the dead.
Oh yeah.
And end up winning the fight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would rage quit if he ever lost. Like turn the console off really quick so his record could stay pristine.
Yeah, I don't think he can lose though.
Yeah,
that's
we didn't officially. The official Xbox memory card says he is 50-0 at his retirement.
Yeah, you should sell that. You should like if you have the memory card still, you should sell that fighter.
I don't know.
I'll sell.
And
for you
that was the shitty thing. You had to retire. You can't fight anymore after 50
no,
fights.
God, no.
It's fucked. He was going to be 100-0.
Yeah, there was a guy back from my hometown. He claimed he's 100-0 in street fights. He's in prison now.
What do you think his
still undefeated?
What do you think his record is in prison fights?
Well, I don't know if he's in prison. He was like He was like charged with, or I don't know if he is charged, but murder
assault,
murder charge.
Oh, checks out.
And then like he wasn't supposed to have any weapons on him. I mean, he had weapons, and it's this whole situation. But this is 12, 13, 14 years ago. He's 100-0.
That's pretty good.
Positive KD.
He could be at 200-0 now.
Well, yeah, you get prison fights for sure. He'll be 100-0 after this year, I bet.
That's the thing with prison fights. They're never fair.
How would you know?
I just feel like that's a quote that someone would say about prison fights.
Oh,
no, it's never 1v1, no weapons, just straight fists.
Yep. Nah, it's never like there's no respect.
And there's no cutting weight down to the same weight class. There's always going to be some fluctuation.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of like eye gouging and shanking and below the belt punches.
Imagine if they had a prison sanctioned fight league.
The PFL.
Kind of like the PFL.
No, the prison fight league.
Right. Well, the PFL, professional fighting league. That's like a thing.
Yeah, but I like prison fight league.
Yeah, I mean, we could just rebrand. Imagine an octagon in the middle of like the yard.
Yeah, I showed you that. Yeah, we can. We're not talking about that on the pod, but I've showed you a video of a fight league very similar to this.
Okay, I don't remember.
Facebook Live.
Oh yeah,
they're running it back, Ryan.
They are.
They're doing it again.
No shit.
Yeah, if you want to know more about it, DM me. This is a little teaser. Welcome back to the pod.
Yeah. Yep.
0 golf talk so far. What episode is it?
207.
207. 207 episodes, Ryan.
That's a lot of episodes. We've done as many episodes as I may shoot in like 2.5 rounds.
Yeah, we're doing as many episodes as my friend shoots in 1 round. The one that got outdriven by my son.
What do you think, Mr. R?
We've outed his name.
Okay, what
already.
do you think Rick shoot? What will he shoot in a regular round?
If we were being like super legit about it, like no breakfast balls, no mulligans, no foot wedges, counting all your drops, no gentleman's 8, it's gonna be like a 180.
Jesus.
Damn.
I mean,
but also what I love about that is he keeps going.
He does, and he actually, I don't know anymore. Like when we first started golfing together, it's gonna be like a 150 to 180. But now, his driver is fucking on. Like last time we golfed together, and I hate throwing out the number 300 all willy nilly, but he was. Every drive was 300 and perfectly straight.
I mean, he's a big dude.
He is, and
if he gets a hold of one,
and his swing is so wonky, but it works. And that's like, I'm like, I don't coach. This is why I don't coach you, because you're doing a lot of things wrong, and it's going great for you. So keep doing it.
Yeah. One of the buddies that I was golfing with this last weekend at the Casino Boys trip was struggling a little bit, and I told him, I said, hey, at this point, like if you're struggling at this point, the only piece of advice that you need and the only swing that you need is just make the best contact with the ball that you possibly can. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it goes left, right, long, short, whatever.
Backwards.
It doesn't matter. Well, if you make really good gut ball contact, that's damn near impossible, unless it hits a tree in front of you.
Yeah, but it still feels cool.
Because if you make good ball contact, then we can adjust things later. Mm-hmm. Not we, meaning not myself.
You,
I'm not
the individual.
My
not
buddy,
us.
yeah, my buddy and his swing thoughts. Mm-hmm. So,
Ryan, who are we presented by? I'm curious. I just was wondering.
I feel like we are presented by someone who would be the best person to have in your corner if you were ever injured at work, possibly personal injury lawyer. I believe his name's Russell Nicolay.
Oh, I know Russell. I mean, he's not just the best person to call if you're injured at work. He might be just the best person to call if you're injured, period.
Correct. Even if he can't help you, he's going to point you in the right direction of where someone can help you, and he's going to have your back until you get put into some good hands.
And the funny thing about calling Russell, I'm not hurt right now, but we're going to call him anyway. Here he is.
Next question comes from Thomas Flory. How can I make a golf bet legit so my buddy has no way out if he loses?
Yeah, this is funny because, people are always doing bets. And honestly, if you're an honorable friend, right, you need to honor the bet. But we all have been there where somebody doesn't want to honor the bet when they end up losing because they just thought they wouldn't. And then they find out the hard way that they did lose. And then they're like, well, whatever. Or they say they'll pay you or do whatever. And you're still waiting on that check 5 years later.
I'm going on 2 summers now. Still waiting to settle a bet that I had the best chance of winning. We still have to deal the cards out and figure out, who the actual winner is. But everything was void once my playing partners lost. So this is good info.
Yeah, I think it's probably a common scenario, unfortunately. The problem with betting, and there's really no legal sports betting I think most states in the Midwest, Wisconsin, North Dakota, and Minnesota, because there's betting allowed through the Native American tribes. They have a special setup, at least in those states.
Yep.
But for most, betting is illegal. So a contract to do something illegal is unenforceable. So really, I think you might have a tough time enforcing that contract. I hope that, there's probably some people that owe money now. They're like, aha, now I don't have to pay up. So they're probably hearing this, but that's kind of the general thought and rule of thumb around it. There has been some proposed legislation in I think in all 3 states where they've been trying to change that, to get sports betting kind of across the board legal, just because of the atmosphere and how popular it's become across the United States. So I think too, in some states you'll see that actually DraftKings or those places, they'll say not, can't participate in this state. So in certain states. So I think there's going to be, there'll be more push to do it now that it's so popular. And as you guys know, part of the big thing now, especially with football, is the sports betting has become a big part of it, and also probably brought in more, not only more money, but more people, more eyeballs on every game. So I can see that this legislation, they'll keep pushing. So that might help you guys then when you've got these golf course bets to be, hey man, I don't know if you've seen the recent legislation, but it's going to be enforceable.
Yeah.
I'll be collecting on this.
So let's say I'm at a golf trip in Arizona where sports gambling is legal. Is it actually a legit possibility for me to write up a contract for a me versus Ryan bet in a state where it is legal?
Yeah, so I'm not licensed in Arizona, but let's just assume it is legal. And if you guys have a contract that's doing something legal, the contract is a contract. I'd love to see that play out. I guess you just bring it into small claims court and be like, hey, judge, we had this legit bet. I won, and, so-and-so is not paying. So I'm here to, have the long arm on the law enforce this one. And I'd love if this happens, let me know. Like I said, I'm not licensed in Arizona, but I would fly down there to watch this and see what the judge says, because I think you got a better chance there of enforcing that. And so, the one thing that might be helpful for anything, like if it was Arizona, would be, do you get it in writing? Do you put it in an email? Do you memorialize it with, a witness or someone like that to make sure when you show up to enforce that, you've got some evidence or paper trail or a witness to say, yeah, that was the deal. So
I think there's like a whole legit business model here selling these contracts to golfers so they don't have to do the legwork themselves.
Yeah, you blur out all the fine print, and then in order to see the fine print and download it, you gotta pay $5.99 for it or whatever. So I guess if you lost a golf bet to one of your buddies that hasn't been settled yet, kind of sounds like you're in the clear.
Yep, lucky you.
Yeah, it might be.
Finally able to get some questions answered about injury on the golf
Couple
course.
more weeks of that too. I mean, if you're watching the video, you figured it out. We recorded a bunch of questions and we're going to air them week after week. So stay tuned for more golf questions. If you're upset that your question didn't get in, it might have. So you're going to have to listen next week, find out if your question got in. But yeah, so if you're ever injured, you ever need any legal help, NicoletLaw.com.
That actually brings me to a great point, Tyler. Talking about injury and on the golf course, I got to bring this up real quick. So I have an attorney for a different side of life, and that would be the estate planning. Golfed with him before, great guy. You remember when we talked about dangling our foot out of the cart? Dude, he was playing gravel pit. He sent me these pictures.
In Brainerd?
He was playing the gravel pit in Brainerd. Was listening to the episode after this all happened. He's like, holy shit, like this has happened to me. Dangling your foot, you guys, it's actually pretty fucking dangerous.
Yeah, I know that.
If you think about it. So he sends me these pictures, and it's just him and his feet, which I won't post the feet online because those you got.
Dude, you're really close with your lawyer if he's sending you fucking.
I know. I'm already getting feet pics. It's great, but the reason he sent this to me was because it applied exactly to dangling your foot out of the cart. He was playing gravel pit. He had forgot his wedge. Classic mistake. Forgot his wedge at a previous hole. Was going back. And had to slide past a cart on the cart path that was playing the hole behind him. Mm-hmm. Got a little bit too close. His foot was dangling out of the cart, and it crunched in between his cart and the other cart.
Oh,
and it is. He didn't break it. He said. Didn't break it. Still rehabbing and can't play yet. Still going to dangle my foot though.
Let me see the picture.
Okay.
Did it fuck his leg up?
So he also said high ankle sprain. Went to the doctor. High ankle sprain. And add on top of that, he said the doctor told him like it's a very common injury with athletes. So he's claiming himself as an athlete.
Yeah.
High ankle sprain. I get it. Golfers are athletes.
Yeah. Dude.
Just didn't do it playing a sport, really.
Correct.
Yeah, he did. He was playing a sport.
As he was riding in a cart.
Yeah, that's part of the sport.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Are you gonna call it a NASCAR driver gets an injury? You're gonna say it doesn't count because he was driving a car?
Yes.
That's bullshit. That's how
I
Dale
hate NASCAR.
Dale died
I hate
that way.
NASCAR.
Did Dale not really die because he was driving a car?
Yes.
That's fucked, Trevor.
I think the only time you shouldn't dangle your foot is in his case when he was on a huge golf trip with his buddies. I remember him telling me about it. I want to say it was like 20 some guys.
Jesus.
Golfing damn near all the courses in Brainerd. And to do that, hopefully it was like the last night that they were there and they were playing.
Gravel pit's the warm-up course. No chance.
I know. But it's a time to take a little bit more precautions when it comes to injury on the golf course.
I've been told not to dangle my foot many times, and now I've seen proof of how it's dangerous. I ain't stopping.
No, I'm not either.
My foot will be dangled.
For sure. And he even said he's not going to stop either.
I mean, also Madden awareness with this guy. You can tell him I said this. He's going to listen. There's another cart right there, man.
Yeah, but also, at the top of his mind was I have to get I have to get my club from the previous hole, and
Yeah.
hopefully no one has picked it up yet.
I'm just saying, peripherals, like you got to be anticipating this stuff.
I mean, I'm sure him and his buddy, they're probably enjoying a few adult bevies.
It doesn't help his case. Should have called Russell injured on the golf course.
Well, he is. I mean,
He's not an injury lawyer though.
That
He's an
is true.
estate lawyer.
That is true.
If Russell needs help with the state, he'll probably call him.
I'll have to ask him if I'm sure he knows Russell. Everybody does.
Yeah.
If you don't by now, then just check the billboards off the side of the highway.
God, man, I thought for sure you were gonna say his foot got caught because that's a really hilly golf course. Like his foot got caught going down a hill and he just got sucked out of the cart.
Dude, that would not be ideal. That wouldn't be good at all.
Nope, no bueno. But I'm still dangling. You
Me
can't
too.
stop me.
Me too. Speaking of golf trips, Tyler,
You took one.
I took one. I took a mini golf trip. It's like a mini moon for golfing buddies.
Okay, so you keep saying that. I think it just is a golf trip
But
because you went on a trip to golf.
yeah, but I feel like a golf trip is when you go to a destination more than 2 hours away and play multiple rounds. Can we set those boundaries right now?
I know, because I think just any time you take a trip to specifically golf, it counts as a golf trip.
So we also took the trip to go sports betting.
Right. But yeah, we went on to Arizona and golfed and then also did other shit. Still a golf trip.
Okay. The boys went on a golf trip.
Yeah.
We made it happen.
I just don't want to sell anyone's golf trip short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll drive out to Three Bears. That's a golf trip to me.
Okay.
Maybe you can call it a weekend golf trip.
Yeah.
And that's like instead of a mini golf trip, it's like it was a weekend.
That's a
golf
good one.
trip. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know how there's like you go on vacation.
There's a
and
long
then there's
weekend
the
golf
weekend
trip.
getaway. Those type of things. It's a weekend golf trip.
Maybe we need to change the name of the longer golf trip to a golf vacation.
Yes.
That
You
is
went
not-
on a golf trip. When we went to Arizona, that was a golf vacation.
Yes, it was. Because this wasn't really a vacation. I mean, we were an hour 15 south
Yeah.
down the highway.
Just a little trip, a little jaunt.
So the boys went on a golf trip. Me and three buddies. We went down Saturday at like 4. Got there about 5:30. Got to the sports book at the casino at 6. And we sat in the sports book from 6 p.m. until 12:30 a.m.
Hell yeah. So you watched the UFC fights, right?
Watched the
At
UFC.
the book?
Watched the UFC fights. Dude, I was just my wallet was so plump with bet slips. Like within 15 minutes of when we got to the sports book, I was just hammering it. I don't know anything about college football. I'm an NFL football guy. I don't know anything about college football. So my one buddy,
I thought I did, and then I got absolutely fucked on college football this weekend, so I don't.
no, I did too, Tyler.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I took Tennessee to cover by 49.5. And they were up like 68-0 with like 12 minutes left in the third quarter. So talk about risks. That was a huge risk that won. And then I also take fucking Georgia to cover by 22 and they win by 1 point.
Yeah.
So when
Georgia is what fucked. I had like 3 bets. I also had the spread. I had Carson Beck over 200 yards.
which manageable.
You'd
But
think.
no.
That's
Yeah.
a walk in the park for him
Yeah.
normally, but then he played like an idiot.
Yeah.
No offense, Carson.
So yeah, we had a lot of hey Carson, you know.
Get it
Figure your
fucking
shit out.
together,
Well, not
dude.
50 next week.
Yeah.
How
You
about
owe me $20.
Venmo
Dude,
request them.
And
Yeah.
that's the worst part of being at a sportsbook is like some of the other people there are just degrading the teams
Oh,
or
yeah.
the fighters or the players that they bet on over 5, 10, $50. It's like Sugar Sean O'Malley like, what the fuck are you doing? You just lost me $15. It's like, okay, and he just lost his fucking
Was he
title.
supposed to lose?
It was almost a pick'em. At one time, the guy who was fighting Marab was the favorite at like minus 110, and then it flipped back, and then it was flipping back and forth. At the end of it, it was damn near just a pick'em.
Okay.
But anyways, 6.5 hours of sports betting. Where I screwed up was I didn't place my NFL bets the night before on Saturday night because Sunday we had a tee time at 8 a.m. And we didn't get back into the sports book until 12:30. So I was only able to hit live bets.
Yeah, and then evening games or afternoon
Yep.
games.
Correct. So we get to bed. I mean, I get to bed around 1 because at 12:30 I'm like, fellas, I gotta go to bed because we'll get up at 7. 5 hours of sleep for a 31-year-old dad these days is not
enough.
ideal. And here's
unless you're like my dad does this, gets up at the ass crack of dawn, takes a nap at 9:30.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, why not just maybe sleep a little bit?
Fucking stay in bed.
Yeah.
Get up at 7.
I get it. You want to see the sunrise. It's kind of cool sometimes. So one of my buddies, he's a 4:30 a.m. guy Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
He gets up, goes to the gym before his 2 kids wake up. Forgets to turn his alarm off. And it's like it's a Monday through Sunday alarm. He just turns it off on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Forgets to turn it off. 4:30 hits, and my other 3 buddies, they went to bed at 2. They've been sleeping for 2.5 hours. I've been sleeping for 3.5 hours, and his alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. And
everyone's ready to kill him.
Not until like the next morning when we were like getting ready to tee off, because everyone was so like delusional. Is that a good word for it? Like no one really knew in the middle of the night what the fuck was going on because we were all dead asleep. Alarm goes off. No one I'm thinking it's this like 7 a.m. alarm to get up and go golfing. It's not. It's 4:30. That fucking alarm went off for 2 hours.
Oh. You got to get up yourself at that point and throw his fucking phone in the garbage.
I didn't know where I was at. Like I woke up and I had no idea where I was at because I was that in
Did
that
you guys
deep
get
of a
hammered
sleep.
too?
We were sipping a little bit.
Okay.
It's
adding up.
We were sipping here and there. But yeah, so that started the morning, and no one's mad because the vibes are good, and we had to get up anyway. We're gonna be lack of sleep regardless. So, Tyler, we played Dakota Winds Golf Course at Dakota Magic Casino.
Mm-hmm.
Actually ended up meeting the superintendent, Tyler.
Nice.
That's his name. The night before in the sports book, and from what I'd heard, the course was playing pier. When I say the course was playing pier, it was, and I shit you not, it was one of the nicest courses that I've played this year in terms of grass quality. It was, the fairways were playing fucking unbelievable. The greens were rolling well. The course was difficult. And when I say I ended up shooting 88 with probably 7 or 8 breakfast balls. So you can do the math on that. Course was very difficult, but unbelievable morning. 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. The beers were going at 9, 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. The boys were having a good time. We had NFL football to watch after that, and it was parlaying, pun intended, parlaying a casino sports betting trip with a golf round is quite possibly the only way to do it.
That's one thing that 90% of golfers have in common is they're gambling addicts.
For sure.
We all love it.
Yep.
I know very few golfers who don't like to gamble. So it's a perfect fit.
Fit.
Gambling addict's a strong word, but we all love to gamble. We have half of our career is talking about different golf gambling games.
Correct.
So
whether you're betting $1 a hole or $1 a point or $50 a hole,
right.
50, it doesn't matter. We're going to find some way to incorporate money into a round of golf.
Yeah. And I'll even just gamble on nothing. With a buddy that doesn't want to gamble, we're still going to play this extra game.
Oh, 100%.
Just winning the round of golf isn't enough. We also have to play this game.
Because if you can pay for a $60, $80, $100 golf round, you can if you lose every single point or hole, you can spare $20. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what gets us casual average golfers as close to professional golf as possible. It's hey, you're out there playing for money, right? And that's the fun of it also.
It does make an intense round of shooting 98 way more fun if I know I have $5 on the line.
It's
100%.
The exact same thing with sports betting,
Yep.
Where it's
I don't give a shit about Georgia unless I got money on Carson Beck.
Yep.
Correct.
You don't give a shit about the Giants versus the Panthers, but you you got $5 on the line.
do,
It's a
'cause
big deal all of a sudden.
Yeah, because I got Danny Dimes more than 1.5 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's a lock, by the way.
Yeah.
Any interception line for Daniel Jones is a lock. Hit the over.
Do you want us to cut? Like, are you that confident in that bet? Should we cut this out of the podcast, or do you want to just roll? Want everyone to roll with you,
Roll with me.
I'm not taking that.
Why?
or fade it?
Roll with it.
No. Over 1.5?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
We can't let Trevor start talking stats and players.
I'll
and
put
he'll
my
go
money
on
where
for
my mouth
fucking-
is. I'll bet on that right now.
Okay.
What
What you really should do for like a, sorry Ryan, but
No, go ahead.
if you want to like make it golf like what the pros do, get a group of 10, 12 guys, throw in $50 for a pot, and do like a payout like what the tournaments do.
Yeah, I would also like to do a 3 or 4 day like solo tournament. Everything is handicapped, and each day you play at a different course. Could be $50 or $100 buy-in. You have your payout for first, second, third, and it's just Matt, you can do match or stroke play, but it's over the course of 4 days. It can be in town here, and you treat it just like a golf trip or a golf vacation. You treat it like a golf vacation, 4-day golf vacation. Pretty much don't schedule anything on those 4 days. You're playing the tourney. I think that's the way to do it, especially end of the year. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, or even just 3 days here, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's fine too. Oh my God, dude, that would be unbelievable.
Especially like if you do even just like a net and gross like once, like if you're whatever, like if we'd play, like you're gonna get shafted if we all do net.
Yep.
Just because you get stroke or you don't get strokes.
Yep.
So do gross too, and then have it be less of a payout or something.
Exactly. We should fucking set something like that up.
I wasn't listening. I was looking for the Daniel Jones pick line. It's not on Prize Picks. There's no Daniel Jones picks.
We're talking put together with your buddies like an 8 to 12 guy solo 4-day tournament with like a $50 or $100 buy-in at the beginning, and at the end of the season, each day is at a different course, and you like your scores add up from the previous day. So you can do stroke play where it's handicapped, or you can do match play, whatever.
Yeah, remember when we came up with the tour day 9?
Yes,
That could work.
that could also work.
If you wanted to just get it done in a day, because I know scheduling that many days in a row is tough. You could do the tour day 9, which is just 3 rounds of 9 holes at different courses in town,
That's not a bad idea.
and you roll the score over all 3.
Or you could even make it like a Saturday, Sunday deal in the morning where it's 2 9s on Saturday and the first 9 against one guy, second 9 against another guy, and then 2 9s on Sunday.
No, the tour day 9, we do a round robin tournament, just 4 guys. So round 1, you play a different one dude, because then that's perfect. You play everybody if you do 3 rounds. Winner of the round robin tournament gets the pot.
And is it stroke play where it adds up from the previous day?
It's just one day.
Oh, so it's just overall record.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then-
one day. Overall record gets it all. You
And
can
then a
do
tie
whatever rules you want.
A tie goes to
Mutual-
lower strokes or whatever.
Tie goes to that matchup. So let's say you and I both end up 2-1,
Gotcha.
and you beat me when we played each other.
I win.
You get the win.
Gotcha. And do a different 9 at different courses.
Yep. So you do Prairie Wood at 6:30 in the morning. You finish up around 8:30. You have a 9:15 at Osgood. Well, Osgood, 9:15. You finish up at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Sounds about right.
And then you go to Castleton or something like that, or do 9 at Rose Creek.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
like that idea. And I mean, you see online all the time, guys like they'll have their own like Ryder Cup weekend where it'll be like 8v8. You have buddies doing like a Masters tournament or whatever. The winner at the end gets like a Amazon green jacket with their name embroidered in it or something like that.
Yep.
That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah, I love all these big giant ideas. I just think realistically, there's just 0 chance I get 8 of my buddies on the same page for 2 days in a row.
Dude, it's tough.
I could get 4 people on the same page for 1 day though.
Oh, that'd be easy.
I think I could do that. I know my friend group. No fucking way do I get 8 of us ready to go for 2 days.
You would have to you'd have to schedule it out at the beginning of the golf season for the end of the golf season.
Yeah, and then someone would still bail. We'd have at least 3 people bail by the time the date came around.
Alternates.
Yeah, yeah, it'd be tough. I would love to attempt it.
And it's like once you get if you can get something like this going for 2 or 3 years in a row, then it becomes a tradition where it's like, all right, your buddies are starting to tell their significant others like, hey, I'm blocking this weekend off to where I can't attend a wedding, I can't attend the birth of my second child, I can't attend third cousin Jonathan's funeral.
Yep.
Or whatever, because I'm
R.I.P.
playing.
Jonathan, dude.
I'm just kidding. No, you got
That's sad.
But yeah, you gotta if you can get it multiple years in a row, it becomes tradition, and then it goes for a long time.
How do you feel about this? I think someone DM'd us about it at some point, but they have their golf weekend, and if somebody misses out, that can't do it, no matter what, they're out the next year. So their alternate gets their spot. Whoever fills their spot gets it, and they're out until another opening pops up.
I like that.
I'm 50-50 on it, because what if it is like the birth of a child? I mean, there's got to be exceptions, right?
There are exceptions in the contract.
Yeah.
Like if you have your guys sign a contract, I'm sure we could get one.
Russell could whip that up.
Draft one up. If there's if it's a significant life event, I think you pass.
Okay, we got to set the rules. So it's like wedding that you are in.
Pass.
Okay, they get invited back. Wedding that you're invited to.
Booted,
gone.
if it's a non-family member or non-close friend.
I think even if it is a family member, it has to be first cousin or closer. Any second cousin weddings, booted.
Or you agree to hey, I'll show up for the reception. Because
Yeah.
the reception starts at 7. I mean, I think you can get your golf if it's a day. Or
But I think this dude, it was like their weekend 4 day trip.
Gotcha, okay.
And if somebody couldn't make it, then they're out the next year.
Booted.
What about, obviously, baby, safe. Couldn't get time off from work.
Booted.
Put it in for it 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
Your fault.
Yep. Yeah, if you got to bank up PTO from the previous, you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. What if your kid's not like really terribly ill, just sick? I'm booting you.
Like just
Your kid's got the flu.
100 fever and
Yeah, your kid's got the flu. You're not even close to hospital level, but definitely can't go to school or daycare.
How many kids do you have?
1 to 10.
Jesus.
Any number of kids.
Well, if you got 10 kids and one of them sick, booted.
Get a babysitter.
Funeral for immediate family. First cousins and in.
Booted. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Pass.
Yeah, same as wedding.
Sure.
I think the funerals and weddings, same thing. As long as the person is closer than first cousin, you get to stay. So like great aunt twice removed. Booted.
Yeah, I mean, if you make it in this exclusive weekend where guys you have an alternate list of 8 guys trying to get in.
Yeah, there's like a wait list, like
You
the
will-
Masters,
insane.
dude.
You will not miss that weekend.
Yeah, and people are gonna try really hard to be there. If they miss, 9 times out of 10 it'll probably be something serious. But if Noah didn't put in to get work off until 2 months before the trip and it gets denied, sorry fella, you're out for probably the next 3 years.
What if you as a player in this golf weekend are very sick? You yourself are very sick.
Booted.
Throwing up.
Take care of yourself.
I say if there's proof that you're sick, if you take a POV or a selfie video of you just blowing chunks in the toilet, that's a pass.
See,
unless it's from drinking or something self-inflicted.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
no.
That's booted.
Even if I've got the flu, I'm going. You guys are all gonna get sick from drinking anyway. I don't care if I infect you. It's golf weekend.
The booze will kill it all.
The
so it's
fresh
fine.
air will do me good.
Flew
Unless
around.
I have kidney failure, I'm going. I'll wear a fucking mask in the cart if you want me to.
Yeah, well, but not everyone's built like you.
Yeah, but if I'm going to be able to go there, you got it too.
Pass.
Booted. Let's vote.
Booted.
Booted.
Pass.
Oh, no.
Pass.
You coward. You just left it at a tie. All right.
Leave it up
All
to
right,
the listeners.
weigh in
now.
on it.
Yep.
We got to weigh in
Let's
on
roll
it.
up a poll on Spotify.
Yep.
I would say if you're within, if it's your first day, like if the day you're leaving for the golf trip, if that's the day that you get deathly ill, not
Okay,
deathly
well,
ill, very
yeah.
ill.
If this dude has cancer, you don't have to
No,
come.
I'm not saying deathly ill. I'm just saying like you can't get your head or your ass out of the toilet. You're blowing
Wear a fucking diaper.
shit out from both ends.
Wear a diaper, puke in the bushes. Been there,
Who
done
the
that.
okay. Now we're. Would you have went? Would you if this last weekend was the golf trip? Would you have went?
Yep.
No way.
Yes,
you
I
had
would
COVID.
have. Yeah, I mean, I still would have gone. COVID's just the flu now.
You would have went.
Yeah. If it was a golf trip that we had planned for 6 months to a year, I'm going. I will wear a mask in the cart if my partner wants me to. I would have
Because there is the repercussions of getting booted for and then getting put back at the end of the alternate list.
Absolutely not worth it. I will suck it up.
Okay.
Imagine being one of the alternates and just sitting there waiting and waiting for years.
Yeah.
Dude, I would start like messing with the people that get on the list.
Right. Just tell
Slash some tires.
Sabotaging.
Oh, you can't make it to the airplane.
But then-
shit. Good thing I have my golf clubs in my backpack.
Yeah, and good thing I'm already here.
But at some point, maybe 2-3 years into this thing, like it's like your stable group of four. Maybe you add another group of four. So maybe the first four alternates, hey, they get their shot, and then it becomes a group of 8 for the next X amount of years.
Yeah. As long as you have the appropriate amount of alternates, you could add another group. Because I would hate to add that second foursome when you don't have enough alternates to cover, and then it ends up being 7 guys or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I and then you could maybe pull. You could dig into your just your personal alternate golfer list.
Yeah.
Pull deep the list.
Yeah, pull the list out and find somebody. But it's a good idea, Tyler. I like that. I like that. So there's got to be the one guy in the golf group who
Always.
facilitates this whole
It's
thing.
the single dude with no kids because he can always go.
And that's what I think I lack in. I lack in having a buddy who is who will take the time and effort to organize this entire thing.
I've got
Now,
one left, and he just got into a relationship. So
it.
the end is near.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everyone else is wifed up with children. Or at least wifed up.
Maybe I got to be that guy.
You guys, time to step up, Ryan. We need you.
Maybe I got to be that guy, the one who books Airbnb, the one who books the tee times, the one who gets commitments. And hey, there's a down payment too. There's like let's say there's a $500 non-refundable fee for like.
What does it go towards?
Yeah.
It goes towards the boys that weekend.
As if my $500 non-refundable fee goes towards the Airbnb, like that's just my portion, I'll put that down.
But sorry, it's a $500 refundable fee if
Yes.
if you make it to the destination.
Okay.
If you get halfway there and your wife calls and be like, you know what, you've been going out way too much lately. Get your ass back home. Sorry, that $500 is staying with us, and we're gonna have a time.
All on black. Let's go.
Roll the dice. That's another good way to get the commitment is make them put a deposit down.
Yeah, I like it. Also, give us your social security number.
There we go.
We'll steal your fucking identity so
Give
you
us
can
your
come on the
kid's
trip.
birth certificate.
Yeah.
You know? We'll keep it safe.
We'll adopt them.
Yeah, it's a non-refundable birth certificate.
You can't be counted on. So what is your kid gonna do?
No.
We'll become your kid's parents. He'll have 8 dads.
That's just insane. Yeah, if you can't make it, we'll bring your 2-year-old child
Yep.
with, and then we'll get to babysit him the whole weekend. I mean, we would do a good job at that. But Yeah.
The mascot of the weekend.
If you guys if there's anyone out there who has massive golf trips yearly with their buddies, you got to let us know how you do it. You got to let us know if you have the planner of the group, if you're the planner of the group, what's the best way to get the most commitments out of your golf buddies. I'm looking to start something like that. I'm looking to start something like that for next year.
Yeah, you start it. You get your regular group of buddies. Put me at the top of the alternate list.
Yep.
I would
That
never
sounds good.
intrude on that.
Yeah.
I'll be an alternate though.
Yeah. If my buddy Jared's listening to this, Jared, he's the first one out.
So I'm gonna take Jared's spot real quick.
Yeah.
Jared,
He'll have something else pop up or I love golfing with him though. It's just if I can get him on the course, good time.
Yeah, big if though.
All right, should we take a quick break, Tyler, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk the worst golf-related fantasy football punishments.
The worlds collide. My two favorite sports.
I ain't gonna get punished this year, I'll tell you that. That's all the fantasy football talk we're doing as of now. We're back, everybody. Fantasy football season. We're rolling into week 3. Things are looking good all around. Now, we don't really. The way we do it in our office league, we don't have a punishment for who finishes last. It's more so you just get made fun of.
Anyone in a punishment league?
Nope.
I'm in
sir.
one punishment. It's my
what's the
family league. So we had to come up with a punishment that was like that grandma could do and also my 14-year-old cousin could do.
Okay.
We decided that the loser has to do a 30-minute professional photo session in outfits picked by the winner.
That's a good idea. Who pays for the photo sesh?
My sister and I are both professional photographers, so it is free. And we both can't lose. We can't both lose. So one of us will be free to do the pictures.
Okay. I mean, that's...
Because, like, nobody's going to pick something gross for grandma to wear.
Yeah.
So we had to do something that, like, we could scale it for whoever lost. But, like, if my Uncle Sean loses, I'm making him wear the Borat thong. Like, if my Uncle Sean loses and I get first, Uncle Sean, who's a big boy, is wearing the Borat thong for 30 minutes.
It's fucking electric, actually.
Yeah.
It's an iconic clothing piece.
It is.
Very nice.
This is not something that you'd really wear for Halloween or anything. It's more so a punishment.
Yeah, you got to pick something shitty. Like if it's grandma, I don't know, I might like find a Halloween costume like the Michelin Man or something.
Yeah.
Make it uncomfortable at least.
It'd be funny to make the loser like have to go serve school lunch for a day.
Yeah.
Like high school.
I don't know
lunch.
how to pull that off. Like, do I reach out to the school board?
I have no idea. I would just assume that.
Sneak in? Like,
Or have
"Here
them
you
do the
go,
ACT
kids."
with high schoolers.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
we were supposed to do one year, but our buddy bailed out. So
Yeah, we did that like years ago. Our buddy actually got a higher score than he did in high school.
No shit.
He got a 20 and he got like a 19 in high school.
Holy
Oh my God.
smokes. It would also be funny if you made the loser like have to apply for a job that they didn't want. Like
Yeah.
like even if they already had a job, like they had to go apply for a job and they had to do at least one in-person interview.
Yeah, they had to do it until they're offered a job. They have to just keep applying to jobs until they get offered one.
Or like they have to apply for the jobs that the like let's say top 3 send them. Because you could just go like apply for a concrete job, and if you have a pulse, they're gonna hire you.
Yeah, but that would still suck to have to go do that interview.
Oh, it would be terrible.
why do you want this job? I really don't. I just got
It's a fantasy football punishment.
Yeah.
Okay, well, do you want the job?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Concrete wouldn't let you leave until you put on a fucking shirt and hopped in the hole.
Yeah, you'd have to hop in the hole for a day at least. All right, so we all have some different punishments. These are fantasy football. These are golf related fantasy football punish. Let me rephrase.
You
that.
got it. You got it.
These would be some of the worst golf related fantasy football punishments. What do you guys got?
I got one right off the bat. You schedule an entire day of golf, multiple rounds, and whoever gets last in your fantasy football league has to be your bev cart girl the entire day. They got to dress up in a golf skirt. You got to go to a course that's BYOB,
Okay.
and they have to drive around and serve you beers.
No clubs, no playing, just serving.
No clubs, no playing. They sit in the cart. They serve her beers. We hit on them like we would a bev cart girl.
And if they don't, let's say they don't have what you want to drink.
Send them to the clubhouse to get it.
Correct.
I'm picturing Three Bears in my head because Three Bears is BYOB. There's a bar/liquor store down the road, so we could send them down to that. Like, hey, oh, you don't have any fucking neutrals? Why don't you head on? When you go grab me some quick? Here's my card.
That'd be insane. Imagine if you had to take fucking 10 trips to the bar.
I mean, we'd start just looking at the cooler and seeing what they don't have, and be like, could you go get this for us? You're out. It looks like you're out of captain as I'm dumping out the captain. You're gonna have to go get more. Sorry.
Yeah, you'd have to get a wheelie cooler. Like you'd have to get a 50-gallon cooler and just then if you run out of something, also you got to go to the bar and get it.
Like, I'm thinking you put a full ass cooler where you would have your clubs, like you ratchet strap that bitch in. You've got a cooler in the passenger seat. They get a cart for this.
Yeah,
they got to have a cart.
Oh yeah.
Another cooler in the passenger seat. Another cooler on the ground in the cart. They got to be fully stocked because we're gonna have plenty of orders, and I want them to leave after they serve us. I want them to go do a fucking lap, come back, hit us at the next hole. Like, I want them to simulate Bevcart Girl as much as possible.
They're gonna start getting flagged down at other holes by people.
Yeah, actually, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be
make
great.
some money off them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could make. I mean, it pay because you got to buy the booze too. Losers got to buy all the booze.
Yep. Keep us stocked. Actually, we could use like league fees to pay for the booze.
Sure. Okay.
For that punishment. I think if you really want to fuck them over, it could be a weekend golf trip.
That would be insanity.
Just 2 days of them having to bev cart for you.
That would be absolute insanity. I think if you did it for an entire weekend, you'd have to have like the rule of like if you don't have it, because you could do something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't send them to go get booze for you.
Or do a max amount of trips or something.
It'd be like if it was a weekend trip, like you guys get together that night before the trip starts, and we all put in like, hey, I'm gonna be drinking Windsor 7s, so go get Windsor, couple bottles of Windsor and a bunch of bottles of 7-Up.
Yeah, you can't run out, I think is the kicker.
Yep. If you run out, then you got to go. But like, this is what I'm gonna be drinking the whole time. Go get enough of it.
Yep.
And yeah, you put your orders in early.
Yes. That's a good. That would suck.
I would love that. I would hate it if I lost.
Oh
but
my God, dude.
If it was you, Trevor, I would torture you.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
Absolutely
That's fair.
torture you.
Yeah.
God, that'd be fun.
One of the worst golf-related fantasy football punishments in my mind would be you have to book. You got to book the first tee time of the day. You have to book it for 4 guys. You have to pay for 4 guys, but you're the only guy who's golfing, and you have to let one group play through on every single hole.
How would that work?
What do you mean?
Like,
so you're sitting there, like, so you play hole 1, you're sitting there waiting on hole 2.
You play hole 1. You have to let the group behind you play hole 2. Play through on hole 2.
Okay.
You got to let the next group behind you play through on hole 3, and you have to do that for 18 holes.
Okay.
What happens if the course is dead that day and no one's there?
You just sit and wait. It's a Tuesday afternoon.
You have to let a group play through on every single hole.
Yeah.
And imagine having to explain that as a solo to a foursome behind you. It'd be like, hey man, like fantasy football punishment. I know you guys are a group of 4 80-year-old guys who are playing every hole in 20 minutes, but I gotta let you play through.
No, I would have some bullshit lie. I'd be like on my phone as they came up, be like, hey guys, I got a little bit of a family emergency. Go ahead, tee off. I would say that 18 times.
That would not be ideal.
I mean, it would suck ass. It's a terrible punishment. You'd almost have to do it. God, how would you hold them accountable? Because I could just play that. You're not there. I could just play that 18 and be like, yeah, it really sucked.
Okay, well maybe you could throw another guy in the group.
But then he gets punished too.
Yeah.
Last 2 places.
Yeah, but then if it was you and me, I'd be like, hey, Scout's honor, let's lie and just tell everyone we did it.
Yeah.
That's the only hole.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could just have a guy out there who's monitoring you.
Yeah, like you guys get a couple tee times later on in the day.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can have the ground screw guys on lookout. You slip them a 20, be like, hey, make it sure you see one group play through these guys on every single
Dude, the
hole.
pace of play, Nazis are not going to love this punishment.
Oh, it would be, yeah.
They hate it.
You may get it kicked off that golf course.
Yeah.
You may get cussed out by
Yep.
a group behind you. lot of family emergencies, a lot of business calls. Yeah, a lot of that taking place that day.
Coming up with the dumbest excuses, like, hey, man, I got a really bad cramp right now in my calf, so you guys go ahead. I'm going to work this thing out, and then I'll start playing again.
Yeah.
I won't pressure you, I promise. I'm playing 6 balls today, so.
Yeah, right. Hey, I really got to get my money's worth today. Wife's not in a good mood. Got to stall as long as I can. You guys just go ahead and play through.
You know, I'm actually just chilling here at hole 3 till the bev cart comes again. So you guys go ahead. I'm an alcoholic, so I can't swing a club until I have another beer. So.
Yeah. Hey, I just have to stay stagnant for about 10, 15 minutes. I got to shit bad. If I move, I'm going to shit my pants.
Yeah, so
It's twitching
I'm
right
just
now.
waiting for everything to calm down.
Yeah, usually takes about, yeah.
Or it'd be like, hey, you guys go ahead because I just shit myself. So you guys want to maybe keep your distance? Go ahead, tee off.
Hey, any chance you guys got any wet wipes or you guys got an extra golf towel on you that is disposable by any means?
Any of you have an extra pair of underwear? No one would question that. I'd be like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I know it's weird that this solo is letting all 4 of you through, but I shit my pants. So, and they'd all laugh and then hit their balls and not ask another question. So I'm going to sit here in my shame and shit for a little bit while you guys tee off.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the house over here that's on hole 8 and to see if this guy's just got some old thrift store shorts that he's trying to get rid of.
Yep, I got a 20 in my pocket, hopefully not covered in shit. And I'm gonna buy pants off this dude here.
Yeah, and I can't make it to the turn right now.
Yep. So you guys go ahead.
That's a good one. Trevor?
I'd say making the loser tee up everybody's ball on every hole.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a classic.
We've done that as like bets on certain games where we didn't have any money to gamble.
Yep, that's a classic.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
Oh God,
Especially because Ryan, the one time I lost, Ryan's like, that's too high. No, that's too short.
That's what I'd do.
Oh, you got to make it miserable at some point. Yeah, and then they're gonna have if they come to the tee box without enough tees, I mean, that tee's just I'm not a big plastic tee guy. I'm not a big wood tee guy.
That tee's not long enough. Could you go get another one?
Yeah, I'm more of a zero friction tee guy. So I mean, you can look at my bag, but will you go get me a new tee? Yeah, that would suck.
No.
Mine's a little bit more like lighthearted. Gets
Ooh.
a couple more people involved too.
Nice. You have to call a family member every hole and tell them you love them.
You have to say something you appreciate about your golf friends.
Say something nice about No. So the top 4 finishers have the bottom 4 caddy for them, and then you have like a caddy draft. So like first place gets to pick first from the bottom 4 caddies, and then the bottom 4 finishers, the caddies, have to supply the drinks the entire round.
I think that's a better version of mine.
Okay.
I think a way more doable version.
Refined.
Yeah, because I think that's like mine's gonna be pretty hard to do unless you find the right course. I think you could do yours at any course.
Sure. Yep.
Especially if it's just like your caddies buying you
Yeah,
beers.
and it would be like it gets the whole league involved too.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
had like an
I don't mind
8-person,
that.
You could do
And if you finish 5th, you're like, son of a.
Yeah, you just nothing for you.
It's season's over.
Yeah,
5th and 6th are sitting there hanging out while everybody else is out golfing.
they could be the gallery.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you got an 8-person league, you're good. Top 4, bottom 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I do
like that a
too.
lot.
That's a good one. I think that's like the most doable one out of all of them. So, like Trevor's is doable, but yours is just like okay.
Yeah.
All right, the next punishment I got is you're only allowed to play 9-hole courses throughout the entire summer.
Fuck that. That sucks.
That would suck
So
bad.
you just have limited fun all summer.
Yeah, if you want to play 18, you just have to play a 9-hole course twice. You cannot play an 18-hole course.
That.
Can you play 9 at an 18-hole course?
Nope.
Oh God.
Nope. You only get to play 9-hole courses for the entire following summer.
Dude, that blows.
I feel like it would suck more
there.
if you could
There
only
goes
play-
your spot on the golf trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golf trip's gone. So you better hope that you either don't have a group of friends that do a golf trip, or you better hope they're playing all 9-hole courses on that trip, in which they probably aren't.
I would hate that so much. And I don't play 18 that often. I typically play 9s, and I would hate that.
I feel like being able to play at 9 on 18-hole courses would suck even more because it'd be such a tease.
The option's right there.
Yeah,
you're
know, it's
50
right in
yards
front
from
of you.
hole 10.
And say you go with your buddies and they're playing 18, you just got to peel off at 9.
Yep.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh, we could throw that in there.
Make an amendment.
I don't mind that. Yeah, we'll make an amendment.
Yeah, it's just like that whole thing of like, if the option's not there, it's like it hurts. But if you're there to play 18, it's like whatever.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
Only
just
playing
knowing,
9 on an 18-hole course.
and just knowing that you can't continue.
Correct.
So you can go in with intentions of playing 9, and you'll be fine. But you go in with the intentions of playing 9 because you have to, you're gonna want to play 18.
Mhm.
It's just how it works.
Especially if like you got the day clear.
Yeah.
You got nothing going on. It's just sitting there looking at you. Hole 10's like, hey, I'm right here.
I mean, you could you can play 18, like I said, but if you want to play 18, it's got to be at a 9-hole course.
Yeah.
Or you have to play 9 at one course and 9 at a different course.
That stinks, dude.
Just super.
That would be terrible because for me, I hate playing 9 holes.
Yeah.
I mean, I love playing golf, and I'll play 9 holes if that's all time allows. But when you do have a little extra time for 8, I mean, you have to play 18.
Mm-hmm.
What if you're a back 9 golfer?
Not anymore.
Imagine if an NFL game was only 1/2 and your team's down by 6.
You just got to quit.
Just got to quit.
Bobby Boucher would come in at halftime of the Bourbon Bowl and save you, though.
It's my dog's football, baby.
You gotta. So there's a whole list of these things, right? That we didn't come up with, like real ones.
Yeah, Golf Digest had
Okay.
they had like probably a list of 5.
The
fantasy-
inspiration for
Yeah.
the segment.
Yep.
What do they got?
Oh, I got more of my own.
Oh, I'm out.
That's all you had?
I only came up with one.
I got.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's always the there's the classic. You could have the loser dress up in a skirt and a little tight crop top, and have
Or
them play 18.
like a
and-
dumb shirt that says "I suck at fantasy
Yeah,
football."
it's the classic like stupid clothing wear,
Yeah.
and you got to walk around with that shame on you
Mhm.
for 3.5 hours or whatever.
There was a guy when I played Mapleton a couple weeks ago. There was a guy like 2 holes behind us that was wearing like a lime green. It was almost like a girls' gymnastics. What do they
Like a
call that?
leotard.
Kind of like a leotard with like
Wait.
a pom skirt or whatever the fuck they call them.
Yeah.
Tutu.
Tutu, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had a wig on too.
So
But this was 2 weeks ago before the fantasy football even started. So I
they
don't know.
punishment
they
from
probably
last year.
waited too long for the punishment. They're
Sure.
like, you can't be in the league unless you do your punishment.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it could be last year. Yeah, it could have been
It's
last
probably
year's
last
punishment.
year's.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, I only looked at him for like 10, 15. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I do not want to be that guy
It's
right
called
now.
drip.
Look it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Trevor. You got any more, Trevor?
I got one more. So the loser has to find 18 balls before they can start golfing with you guys. So they're like on hole 1, they gotta start just finding balls
That's
before
a
they can
good
start
one.
This one's
playing.
good.
Tyler would like that one.
Yeah, I would be done on hole 2. So
Dunzo.
I play 16 holes that day. No, that would actually be really fun. And you got to go to a super nice course.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it sucks that you're not getting to golf with these guys.
Yeah.
Like, not a course that you play every weekend. Not a course that's like $25 in locally. Like, you go to like a semi-destination course that's super nice, and you don't get to play. That's great. I like that one.
Yeah, I sent you a post yesterday, Tyler. Did you see it?
The ball hawk one. That's
yeah,
good.
it was like real ball hawkers know that if you want to find quantity, look right, and if you want to find quality, look left.
Flip it. No, you're
Yeah.
you're right.
Nope,
You're
that's
right.
right.
Yep.
Yep, because golfers who are playing good balls, I mean, I feel like a lot of the time they're
Hitting
a
draws.
little better golfers,
Duck hooks,
hitting duck hooks or heavy draws, whatever. And your marathons and your Schlosingers are gonna be they're gonna be on the right side.
Could also make it where it has to be a certain like tier of brands. So if you find like the Slosinger doesn't count.
You should get a half a point for that.
We can do that. We can do a half
Yeah.
point system or something like that.
Yeah, it's got to
Like
be.
a
Slosingers are
nitro.
bad
If you find a
balls, though.
nitro or top flight, that -1.
I would just leave it in the weeds. I wouldn't pull it out. If I got a -1 for finding a ball, I'm not picking it up
No,
and telling
yeah,
you I
God, no.
found that.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like that.
Another one that's very doable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The last golf-related fantasy football punishment that I have is the loser's not able to book a tee time for the entire summer. They just have to go to the course and find a threesome that'll let them play with them.
So like they're not even allowed to book one as a solo.
Nope.
They just got to sit there and let the first team be like, "Could I join you?"
You have to go around looking for threesomes, or it could be a two. You just have to go around and look for a group that'll let you. Obviously, you'll go in, pay for your tee time, and then you have to find a group that doesn't have 4 players in it that'll let you play with.
Well, wouldn't the clubhouse just do that for you? Like when you go in to pay, they'd be like, "Yeah, we can put you with this group."
I mean, you could do that too.
So
it
you-
makes it a little
yeah.
easier, but
Just no tee times.
Or can't you book where it's like, so on our Fargo Golf app, it says, oh, one spot available at 10:30. Can you pick that one up?
no, you just have to go to the course, say, hey, any open
Oh
tee
my
times today, and you could show up at the course at 8 a.m. and the next available for even a single might not be till 1 or 2 p.m.
God, you wouldn't get to golf with your buddies all year.
unless they had 3, and unless they let you play with them.
I think they would.
That's why it would suck.
I think it would suck for like a month, and then your buddies would be like, "All right, you can come play with us."
Yeah, it's
That's
all
what I
on-
would do to you.
It's
I'd
all
like,
on the goodwill of your buddies.
Yeah, I would make you do it for like a month, and be like, "Okay."
Or it's
Come
like,
on. Come on, buddy.
We can refine it. You have to play with. You have to do this for at least 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think that's more. The whole summer would be terrible.
It would be.
Yours are cruel. Yours are
I mean, hey,
the
it's a-
whole summer is just what
Yeah.
turns it from okay to like insane.
Ryan, you're getting a little mad with power in these.
I mean, if you think about it, people are like some
Like
losers of a league have to get tattoos.
that's true.
That's cruel.
Have you heard of the cage one where they put liquids on them?
No.
What?
They go in a dog cage and everybody else that didn't lose gets whatever they want to dump on them.
That's like some weird like BDSM shit.
It's
though.
Yeah.
So I know somebody that did it, and they said the guy started puking as soon
What
as
did they dump on them?
I don't even know.
Ugh. That'd be nice. And like, here's some water with dish soap.
Here's oil.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have to like set some guy. Like you can't dump.
No bodily fluids.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nothing that comes out of the body.
Nothing. No carcinogens and no bodily fluid.
Yikes.
I mean, maple syrup would be a bad one.
oh yeah.
Ugh. Fuck that. But like every one of ours was relatively lighthearted. And Ryan's like, you can't golf the whole summer.
No, you could.
Yeah.
Hey, you could golf every weekend if you want. You gotta muster up the courage and hopefully have some goodwill of other players on the course that'll come let you play with them. 3 rounds.
3 rounds is good. The whole summer would suck.
Yeah, I
ass.
mean, and we don't. We may only have a couple of summers left to play golf. We may have 30 or 40 summers. Like you don't know. So
It's
to
true.
waste a summer, if I was a loser of that league, I probably wouldn't even join that league again.
Oh yeah,
I'd
for
be
sure.
out.
If the punishment renews for the next year, no chance am I getting that.
But
league again.
but what if that league was that was your golf trip? You had to be in the league to go on the golf trip.
I'll find a new golf trip. I'm being completely honest. If they let me know that was the punishment ahead of time, I'm just not gonna join that league. I wouldn't join that league. That one and the 9 hole. What was your very first one? Was the
Playing as a single and letting.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have to.
oh
let,
yeah,
You have to
that
let-
one I would do that. I would be in that league. Your other 2, I just wouldn't join that league. I wouldn't risk it.
Just don't lose.
I
don't lose.
wouldn't risk it.
Just don't lose. But some guys have fantasy the same fantasy football league for years.
Yeah, I know, and I wouldn't. I couldn't risk those things. I couldn't risk not being able to play 18, and only playing with randos and showing up to the course with no tee time. I couldn't risk it.
Very risk averse, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean,
Not great for the stock market.
I think every other one that was said I would do. I would do the silly outfit. I would do the caddy.
Mhm.
I would do the teeing the balls up. I couldn't do those two.
Hell yeah, we finally got Tyler out of our fantasy football group.
I'm in your group.
That's the punishment for next year.
I'm out then.
You got to come up with the punishment for this year,
Something.
even if it's something stupid or light.
Loser has to manually sweep with a little house broom the entire warehouse.
Jesus.
That would take 5 hours.
Or loser has to mow the entire property grounds with a push mower.
Oh, I like that. I'll lose on
That's
purpose.
a good one. I was gonna say also we could do loser has to spend the entire like Friday when you get into work till Monday when you go home in the building.
Oh, I mean, we have a simulator, so I would just be playing sim.
Yeah,
golf.
but like that would get old after the first 12 hours.
Oh,
of it.
darn. Simulator, booze, in space.
Can you have buddies over?
Nope. Solo dolo, alone in the building.
I mean, that's
essentially alone for 2 days, in the building total for 4 days.
that's cruel.
Yeah, but not cruel enough to where I wouldn't risk that.
I mean,
You'd have to rip no showers here too. You just be-
Yeah, I'd fucking.
With
I'd-
towelettes, you'd have to just
Yeah.
stock up on towelettes. I
I
mean,
mean, you go in the
should-
bathroom, hand soap the hot spots, and you're fine.
You could break some pizzas too, or DoorDash.
hey, pressure
or-
washer.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.0, we had the shower, so
But yeah. I mean, honestly, you could just bathroom scrub the nuts and pits and be fine.
Nobody's going to come see or
Yeah,
care.
you're alone.
Yeah.
And then
you have
just
to work Monday though. This
yeah,
stinky bastard.
everyone's gonna expect you to be stinky on Monday.
Get away from me.
I'm out.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's such a short-term thing. That's the big problem with why I wouldn't do yours is they're so long-term. I couldn't.
Well, the one is 3 rounds of having to play with randoms.
the amendment. I
The
would
other
do
one
the amendment.
was 1 round. This is 4 days.
I would do the 1 round for sure. The letting people play through. Now that you amended the rando thing to 3 rounds, I would do that, but I wouldn't do it if it was the whole summer. No chance. And the no 18s for the summer, I couldn't do that either.
How about for the rest of your life? You're only allowed to play the 3-hole loop.
You
at
know what?
Husband.
Now that you've changed, I'm in.
All right. If you guys have any golf-related fantasy football punishments that have gone well and that are received better than mine were received, let us know. Shoot us a DM. I don't know. Can you drop it in the episode? I guess.
Yeah,
it's
you
the-
can comment on the episode.
All right.
Yours.
That's all I got for this week.
What's the Golf Digest have? Just rattle them off quick. I want to hear them.
Golf Digest they have the best / worst golf-themed punishments for losing your fantasy football league. Their first one is must consume John Daly's 2008 Wyndham Championship diet, which we've done already.
Dude, that sucks.
21 cigs, 12 Diet Cokes, 6 packs of peanut M&Ms, and no water during a single round.
You'll
they're-
throw up.
I can't do the SIGs.
The cigs were the easiest part.
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. I absolutely was scared of the cigarettes. That was the easiest part.
I've never smoked those.
So you don't inhale.
Well, even if you just inhale the first 2 and you're gonna cough your lungs out, but then it just goes down smooth after that.
That's how you get addicted.
Their next one is must hit 1 driver off the deck per hole for an entire round. That one's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's par 3, but I mean that's an easy one. You can only order rosé from the cart girl for 6 months,
That's kind of funny.
so you could just not drink.
Yeah.
Or the amendment is like you have to order at least 2 rosés from the bev cart every round, if there is a bev cart.
Yeah. I mean, most courses around here, they're like, we don't have fucking glasses of rosé in our bev cart, so you're just good.
Yeah, they might have like a bottle of Barefoot rosé
that
or
you would
something
dump
on
in
that.
a plastic cup.
Yep. Must be winner's walking caddy for 72 holes of their choosing.
I like that.
it's a good one.
Yep.
Must complete a round without swearing. That one's easy.
What's the punishment if you don't? Because it'd be tough for me.
Stinger off the back.
Oh. Yeah.
You could get paralyzed from that. No.
Kidding.
Stinger off the back.
You could do a ping pong with it.
Yeah, I'd do that. Ping pong ball.
And the last one is must get Greg Norman tattooed somewhere on your body.
Like the shark or his face.
It just says must get Greg Norman. It could be his name. It could be a portrait. It could be the shark. I would assume it could be Live Golf
Can we change it to DUI Tigers photo?
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be-
funny.
I-
My
that'd
buddy's
be an
boss,
expensive-
Rick, the guy that we keep shitting on, even though he's a wonderful human.
Oh yeah, yeah.
His ball marker is the tiger mugshot. It's great.
Love it.
That's a great ball.
That'd be an
Yeah.
expensive tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all we got.
All right.
Don't lose your fantasy football league if you
No.
do have a punishment of that sort. We'll be back next week, episode 208.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.